we are. If I put this up, actually, that'll give us a bit of protection from the wind. Got my lights on full. This would be an interesting exercise from an audio perspective. This person is not going to stop, of course. So off we go. So this is the my new Honda Forza 125. I say new, it's not new as in 2024, but it's new to me. It's a 2020, I want to say 1 model, might be 22. And I passed my CBT about a month and a half ago. And since then, it's pretty much rained, except on a day like today when it's obviously lovely. It's like 18 degrees and the weather's really good. And I look back, the last time I had a sports bike, which was 12 years ago. So I probably haven't had a motorbike for around about 10, maybe 8, maybe not that long, 9 or 10 years, I'd say. And so the plan is to sort of get myself relaxed on the road again, and to then take my bike test. I've got my theory test in a couple of weeks. And maybe get something bigger, or at least never ever have to do the CBT again. So that's the plan. And what I discovered is I really do miss being on a bike. I really do enjoy the liberty of being on a bike, the freedom that you have, the feeling of just being out there in the open. You can't really beat. And so yeah, it's hugely enjoyable on a day like today. Yeah, there's nowhere really I'd rather be than on a bike. So the Honda Forza is a very comfortable bike, first thing I'd say. It's not a small bike, it's quite large. So from a perspective of getting back on a bike after a long time, I guess it's got pros and cons. So the cons are it's heavy-ish. It's not that heavy. It's not heavy compared to a full size, like a 600 or something. But for a 125, it's fairly heavy. But so you've got to be careful when you're moving it around. But other than that, the price is expensive for a 125. 125 bikes in the UK at least are hugely expensive. Really, really a lot of money. But the positives are that actually you feel like you're on a bigger bike. Like I don't feel like I'm on a 125, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm just going to pull in because I want to be able to identify where I am in this video, and because I couldn't get it to sync up, I'm going to clap. There we go. That should hopefully then be easier to find. I know to anyone who was just watching, I might have seemed like a bit of a lunatic there. So yeah, what I love about this bike, let's talk about the pros. It feels very, oh squirrel, feels very secure on corners. I love this. I love that I can sort of go on a nice warm day, I can have that wind just blowing in my face, but then if I want to get rid of it, I can lift that up. That is a brilliant feature, and it makes such a difference. You wouldn't really think it would make a very big difference, but it makes a significant difference on the bike. What else do I love about this bike? I like the dials, lots of information going on there. I think it looks good, like part digital and part analog. The suspension is okay, but I do find if I go over a speed bump, not a speed bump, if I go over like the road, like a harsh part of the road, it feels like I'm gonna come off the bike. Like it really does launch you up into the air, and that's a bit disconcerting, to be honest. So yeah, the suspension's not very good. I'd say it's adequate, but I wouldn't say it performs with merit. I'd say it does the job, and it's comfortable to a point. But maybe that, I mean, I have tried, you can actually, the rear suspension is adjustable, and I have tried adjusting it, and it hasn't really made a difference. But perhaps if you were a smaller rider, I'm 6 foot and I'm around about 12 stone, maybe if you were lighter, like a 17-year-old, it wouldn't be so bad. I don't feel like this bike is aimed at 17-year-olds. Like it's too mature, like in its styling, in its comfort. This is the kind of bike that you're going to get if you're older, I'd say. It's not really flashy. Or yeah, if you're looking for something around town or around a city to sort of get you around with lots of storage, then this is a great bike for you. The mirrors are good. The right-hand mirror, it's going to sound weird this. I find the right-hand mirror gives me more visibility than the left-hand mirror. Maybe one of my arms is bigger than the other. The lights are good. The brakes are good. They're not excellent, but they're good. They're all you really need it to be. The storage is fantastic. You can get 2 full-sized crash helmets underneath the seat, and I've also got a top box as well with a rear seat pad for when I've passed my test, so I can take pillion passengers, because in the UK you can't do that on a provisional motorcycle license. Even with a CBT, you're not permitted to go on a motorway or take pillion passengers. So there are restrictions that I'd like to remove, because I've got 2 sons and at least one of them really enjoys being on the back of a bike. I did sneakily take them out for a single zip down the road when I first passed, but I wouldn't recommend that. I think you should obviously obey the laws of the land, and it makes sense to take your test so that you know you are capable and safe to do that. Let's go down this little country lane. Let's lower that, get a better view. So, fun fact, I used to jog this route when I lived in Bucklesham, so we just come through a village called Bucklesham. Thank you. And it's very, very pretty. It's really, really nice, but it's very narrow, so you have to be careful to watch out for oncoming vehicles, because there's actually quite a lot of blind corners, and like this hill, you can't really see what's happening. But even now, there's a decent amount of power. I don't feel like the bike is really struggling. The tyres are good. Has some, I think they're City, I want to say City 300 tyres. I don't know whether that's exactly true. But yeah, I found the tyres to be quite grippy, and they perform well. Fuel economy is incredible. I mean, oh, still got my indicator on. The range on this when you fill it up is about 360, 370 miles, and it's about, I don't know, I can't remember how much it cost me to fill up, like £7 or £8, maybe £9. It's not a lot of money, and that could get you a long way, especially in England, where yeah, that's a big chunk of the country taken out just there. I like that it has actual, what do I like? I just like riding it. It feels secure, like, other than going over these stones. When I get to a corner, I don't sort of take a breath in and wonder, am I going to stay on? Maybe that will change in the winter. But it also has, what I should have said earlier, is the Forza 125. Oh, there we go. Good brakes. This model has ABS, and it also has traction control. So very handy. There we go. Flash it through. Really, really useful, and great safety features on a bike when all you want to do is just stay safe. So this is the Honda Forza 125. I'm going to stop and just take a walk around for you, just so you can see it. I think it'll, yeah, there we go. I thought it might cut out. So that's the bike. That's what it looks like. I quite like the styling of it, and I think it looks really good with the top box. That's from Shad. It's an SH39 top box. In the UK, we have to have that if you haven't passed your full bike test. And that is a legal requirement, and which is another thing that I'm looking forward to getting rid of. So let's get back on the bike and get back on the road and see what we get. There we go. Okay, so do my lifesaver, which is hard today because I've pulled a muscle in my neck, which is not great. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up my. Oh no, I'm not. I was going to open up my crash helmet, but I'm not able to without losing the video. Oh, this does not look good. This looks like a crunched car. Look at that. That is bad times. Someone's been hit at a junction right there. Hopefully not that guy. He doesn't look like he's been hit. Let's go down here. He looks happy. Happy as a man who's walking in the sun. Let's raise this up again. So, yeah. I mean, on a day like today, oh, one thing I did have fitted, you might be able to see it, is this. So this is from a firm called Atlas. It basically means I can get the bike to a speed I want, and that's like a manual cruise control. So if I switch that on right now, there we go. Look, I can ride with no hands, and oh, it's a bit bumpy to ride with no hands here. But in theory, it keeps the bike going without the need to twist. And the reason, the benefit for that is if you're on a long journey, then you can just set the speed that you want and leave it. And sometimes the hand can get, you know, a little bit tight, and it's quite nice to be able to just do this, stretch, you know, get the blood back in your hands, and then switch it back on. So I'm going to give it a bit of beans now. So the noise is definitely going to increase. Don't know how much wind noise you're going to get. Presumably a lot, because all I have at the moment is the dead cat. So, oh, we're at a 30 limit now, so I can't really go too fast here. Slow down to do the speed limit. There we go. So here we go. Here's a speed bump that's probably going to knock us off the bike. Actually, it's all right if you go slow. It's just if you go fast. It's really the only time that's a problem, to be honest. What a beautiful day. Absolutely stunning day. So let's talk about the Osmo Action 4, which is the camera that I'm using right now. Meant to be paired up. Sorry about that. So it's supposed to be paired up with my DJI Mic 2, but could I get it to do it today? I guarantee when I get back to my desk, I'll be able to make it work, but it was not playing ball today at all. Really annoying actually, because I really wanted to try it wirelessly, but instead we're recording internally. So the audio that you're hearing now is internal audio, not external audio. Oh, that is a bumpy road. Shall we take a trip to Kesgrave Milsons? Let's have a little look down here, shall we? This is a nice driveway. Beautiful time of the year. So there's a spa. Look at this. I mean, does it get more beautiful than this? If it does, I don't know where. Pretty impressive. But very expensive, in case you're ever tempted to come here. It is expensive. Yeah. Anyway, like what they've done with the lawn with the stripes. That's impressive. Oh, they've got charge points there now. They never used to have those before. Ah, there's a reason to come here. Spend £1,000 on a plate of beans on toast and get the car charged for free. What a bargain. Please drive slowly. Well, I probably don't have a huge amount of choice in that, because it's a 125. Right, and off we go again. So let's reduce that wind noise. Well, I don't know how long we've been on the bike now. Maybe 15 minutes. I'm having fun. Let's get a bit of speed going. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get any speed going here because we're behind a lorry now, and it's quite a minor road as well. It's incredible how many beautiful roads there are near to where we live, especially at this time of year with all of the autumnal leaves. It's a lovely time of year, I think, to be in England. But it's not long till it's going to be so cold, so incredibly cold, that I am not going to want to be on a bike. I'm definitely going to want to be in a heated car. So the question is, once I've done my theory test, when do I book my practical? Because here's the thing, if you leave your practical test for too long, you develop bad habits. So every 6 to 9 seconds I should be doing this. Left mirror, right mirror. When I slow down, I should be looking over my shoulder. Yeah, every 6 to 9 seconds. That is what they say you should do. So before I pull off, I'm going to look over my shoulder. Lifesaver look. Here we go. Now this little village is called Little Beelings. This is one of my favourite little villages near to where we live. I haven't been here for ages actually because they actually shut the road. I must have come through here yesterday when I went on the train from Woodbridge to Ipswich, because there's a the railway crossing here, unless it's not national rail, but who knows? Looks pretty railway-y. I've been in that house. So that house on the left used to belong to a man called Graham Kilbrere, and it is incredible. It's got its own cinema, it's got a swimming pool that was completely copied from the England rugby team's pool. It's got like a swimming pool that goes from outside to inside, which is, yeah, it's incredible. Absolutely amazing. That guy was pretty miserable though when I met him. So money doesn't solve many problems. I was going to say any problems. It does solve some problems. It solves the problem of how we're going to afford to pay for our electric. Can we put our heating on? It solves those problems, but it doesn't make you happy. It really doesn't. Wow, this is an interesting village. So the question is, if I keep going, where am I going to end up? I'm not sure if I've ever kept going before. Maybe I'll end up in Brunsborough or Woodbridge. Probably. Let me put this up because you won't be able to hear me again. There we go. Oh, there we go. On the anchors. Should have checked my mirrors. Every 6 to 9 seconds, left mirror, right mirror. Here's the problem I have with that, right? If I'm going to do that, I'm driving along, left mirror, right mirror. I am not looking at what's in front of me for like 2 seconds, which at 30 to 40 miles an hour is arguably dangerous because I can't see what's going on. Is that just me, or we're going to keep going? I have no idea where I am now, which is it's quite exciting, really. Into the unknown. Once more, dear friends, into the unknown. I don't know whether I'm too loud on this mic or whether you won't be able to hear a word I am saying. That's why it's a mic test. Check, 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 mic check, mic check. That's not a road. I've got a feeling that in a minute there is a road that goes right. Unless I'm not on the road I think I'm on. Which is highly, highly probable. Oh, these tram lines, these sort of imperfections in the road. You don't realise that they're there when you're driving in your car, but when you're on a bike, you certainly know that. Oh, something went pop. I hope that wasn't my tyre. Yeah, I literally have no clue where I am right now. Where's that going to? Woodbridge. Okay, well, Woodbridge Marsham, that's the right direction. So let's go with that. We've got a left-hand bend coming up. And presumably, at some point, a right-hand bend. Oh, where does that go? Marsham Woodbridge. Let's take this road, shall we? Let's see where this goes. What have we got to lose? We're okay for fuel. We're just about okay for time. I should be getting back really. This is only meant to be a 15-minute trip, but what the heck? Where? Am I going this way? Oh, hang on. There's no sign. There's literally no sign, so I'm going to keep on this road because that looks like someone's. Yeah, that looks like someone's back garden. but it looked like a junction, like with the road markings. That was bizarre. Okay. By the way, that string that you see floating in the air is attached to my crash helmet, and I was supposed to attach it to the DJI Osmo 4, but I forgot to tie it. So your eyes do not deceive you. There is a string that is floating, but don't worry. Worry ye not. It is it's just something that is meant to be there, but I'm not really using a function. Hey, maybe this brings us out. Oh no, it can't do. Well, maybe it could. Oh, I don't believe that. This is the golf club. Wow. I am shocked that road has brought us out by Segford Hall. I never realised that's where it went. I've lived here for 5 years in our house at the moment, and we've lived in the area for about 20 years, and I never realised if you kept going that would bring you out there. That's good to know. That's a really good shortcut should there ever be any difficulty. The only problem now is that we're on a main road. So it's going to be fun and games getting onto this. I mean, it's really going to be difficult to get on. Someone will let us on at some point in the future. At some point, any minute now. There we go. Let's go. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. There we go. And we're cooking with gas. So, yeah. Excuse me. So now we'll be able to pick up a bit of speed. Good thing about this bike as well is if you are taller than your average 17-year-old, you can put your feet in a different position like that. So there are options. Actually, that's quite comfortable, but what I'd say is you don't feel as secure. Like, I like to have my feet on the sort of the bottom, because then I feel like if there's some problem, I'm nearer to the ground. But as it stands, I'm quite far away, and if you don't do that, if you don't put your feet on the bottom, then you've obviously got further to go should there be a problem. I guess that's quite a negative way of looking at motorcycling, but you know, I'm a realist. So let's keep the power on. Let's do that, and then we're going to look over my right hand shoulder just in case a car has decided to cut in and try and beat me. Probably sees the L plates and presume I'm going to go super slow. I'm not really that slow. I try not to be. I try and keep up with traffic. I do find myself, when I go faster, really gripping tightly to the handlebars, and yeah, that's why I'm trying to get out more, really. There's a bike there. It's weird, some people when they see L plates, they don't do the whole bike thing. They don't like it. It's like some kind of snobbery. Like that guy saw the L plates, deliberately thought, I'm not gonna nod to you because you haven't passed your full bike test. Where other people don't care. I think it's the L plate that does it. Like, bikers are basically a fraternity. Like, we're a brotherhood, and we're on the roads because we all have the same passion. We all love motorcycling. So I feel like, you know, what's the beef there? What's the problem? Like, get with the program. If you see another biker, just acknowledge their existence. It doesn't cost anything. It's free, for Pete's sake. I don't like where the indicators are on this bike. There you go, there's another criticism. They're right by the horn. The horn should be somewhere else. I don't know where, but it's, they're too low. Like when you've got your hand on the handlebar, it's too low to get to, and I find myself wanting to press the horn all the time. And actually I did, when I first got the bike, I kept accidentally pressing the horn. Oh, can we do this? Yes, we can. There we go. We're good, we're good, we're good. So we're on the home stretch now. This is a little village called Martlesham. There we go. Left, right. Left mirror, right mirror. There we go. Haven't been doing that at all. There's some bikers. Let's try and ride safely all the way home from here. So first thing, I'm breaking the speed limit, so it's not a good start. This little string is going to be really annoying in the footage. Sorry about that. Let's lower this. Yeah, too much. Too much. There we go. How about that? Still blocks, but by not as much. That's cool. Love to be driving around in a little, like, all-terrain vehicle. That's cool. Right, we're doing the speed limit. We're positioning the road. We don't want to be too far left, because if you go too far left, the problem you've got is cars behind you will want to overtake and might cause you some damage. You do not want to be braking on a corner, brake into the corner but not in the corner, and accelerate smoothly out. Because when you're cornering, the balance of the bike is off, and if you brake, it's very easy to lose the bike from under you. So gotta be a bit more savvy and use a bit of roadcraft and look ahead, see what's coming up, and try and anticipate things like mud on the road, for example, blind bends, slow vehicles. Sometimes there are vehicles coming in the opposite direction. They come out of nowhere on this corner. But on this occasion, we haven't had anything. I have had deer coming out towards me on this corner. I have had that, and it's not a good experience. I haven't enjoyed that. Deer, if you hit a deer, it's a big problem. The other day I was with a friend of mine, and a badger ran out on us, which, yeah, also not good. Big old animals, badgers. Excuse me. Definitely don't want to hit a badger on the road in any vehicle, but probably of all the vehicles to avoid hitting a badger with, a motorcycle is one of them. Obviously there are patches on the road at the moment that are still wet, so they're a little slippy. The majority of the road is dry because it's just such a beautiful autumnal day. I mean, it's just amazing how nice it is. So I hope you've been enjoying the journey so far. I think being on a bike is just superior to anything else, and hopefully I'll be able to get my test done, do the practical, hopefully won't screw up too much in that, and get on the road with something a bit more powerful. Not that I want to go fast, but just to know that I can get something classy, you know? Get something with a bit of sound to it, a bit of a tune. Yeah, this is what I was saying about the suspension. It's a little bit, ugh, a little bit yuck. Oh, no, that stopped completely. See, that guy acknowledged my existence. That's the right thing to do. Acknowledge other human beings are in the world. Here we go. Let's go for it, shall we? Here we go. And we're going to get to not much speed.
Englishman.
55, it's not bad. Oh, you've got to be careful though, because we're coming up to a 30 limit. Sorry about the cough. Really annoying cough I've got at the moment. Had it a couple of days. There we go. And we're back in the wonderful, sleepy village that is